What's going on, everybody? One start, one sit, and one question for Week 15 of the 2022 NFL season. Here we go. Before I get in this video today, make sure you all subscribe to that Football Guys YouTube channel. Click that notification bell so you'll be notified every single time a new video does drop on this awesome YouTube channel. I'm Hutchinson Brown, Football Guys. I'm at HutchinsonB_FF on Twitter. Let's get into this video. We're starting with the start of the week. And basically, if you don't remember how this video series worked that I've been doing with them, I talk about one start, a player you're going to get in your lineups, one sit, a player you got to get out of your lineups, and one question, something you want to keep your eye on heading into this week. This week, we're talking about Week 15 of fantasy football. So my start this week, and I want to just hint real quick, I did make George Kittle my send of the week at tight end on my fantasy football podcast called Hutchinson Brown's Fantasy Football Perspective, so that worked out. So you probably should listen to this one too. My favorite start, one of my favorite starts for this week at the running back position. This player's been struggling lately. Over the past 4 weeks, he has not touched 14 PPR fantasy points. But this week, there are injuries around him, and the matchup is great. I'm talking about Saints running back Alvin Kamara. Mark Ingram is out. He's out with a significant injury. So Alvin Kamara is set up for the workhorse role for the New Orleans Saints. And this week, he gets to play the Atlanta Falcons, a division rival who have a ridiculously bad defense. They give up points to wide receivers, running backs, all over the field. So we should expect Alvin Kamara to get a lot of volume in both aspects of the game, the running game and the receiving game. And additionally, possibly get in the end zone. We'll see. But I think there's a lot of fantasy points to be had here with Alvin Kamara. I would not be afraid to start him this week. So moving to the sit, a player I don't love as much this week, I'm talking about Lions running back DeAndre Swift. I don't like the Lions run game in general this week, but I want to specifically talk about DeAndre Swift because DeAndre Swift, we saw hope 2 weeks ago. He played 50+% of snaps, saw 20 opportunities, and was a top 10 running back for fantasy on the week. He was great. And the week after that, last week, 36% of the snaps was out-touched by Jamal Williams. So he went right back to in that role where it's like he's not good for fantasy. And this week, he plays the New York Jets, who are a tough defense. I expect Jared Goff to struggle and this pass game to struggle. I expect the running backs to struggle. I expect everybody in the Detroit offense to struggle. I wouldn't be surprised if they scored under 10 points this week. We've seen it from them. They got completely shut up on the New England Patriots just a handful of weeks ago. I wouldn't be surprised at all by that. So DeAndre Swift this week is a player that I want to be getting out of my laps. I know we saw hope a couple weeks ago, but I just don't want to start him this week. This is such a bad matchup, and we saw what happened last week. Get him out of your lineups. And then we're going to talk about the question for this week. Something you got to look out for this week, and just you got to look at it, react to it, and just plan for the future with this. So the question I want to talk about this week, I'm asking, what can Rex Burkhead do with Dameon Pierce out? Dameon Pierce, I'm expecting him to be sidelined for the rest of the season. There was a report that said, 2-3 weeks, something like that. I'm expecting him to be sidelined for the rest of the season. I don't think the Texans are going to put him out there and risk him, especially if Rex Burkhead plays well. But we want to talk about Rex Burkhead here because can he make an impact? I personally think he can. I think he's going to get a big-time role in this offense and make an impact. He is explosive. He can do damage with the ball in his hands, especially as a receiving back. I think he's going to be able to do some damage. But there's a big question because if he's still potentially somehow on your waiver wire, I'd go get him right now because if he blows up this week, he's going to be one of the best pickups, if not the top pickup of Week 15. I would go try to get ahead of the game and pick him up right now while you can. So Rex Burkhead, I would pick him up. Playing him is definitely a question. Depends on your other options. I'd be happy to help you answer those questions. If you DM me on Twitter, I'm at HutchinsonB_FF. I'd be happy to help you with your fantasy football questions this week. But Rex Burkhead this week, we got to see what he does with these touches. And if he gets the touches, I'd expect him to, given that Dameon Pierce is out and there's no other players around him. I expect Rex Burkhead to get the touches, but what can he do with them? That's the big question. But all right, everybody, that's going to be it for this video today. Thank you all so much for watching. Please, again, subscribe to this YouTube channel and click that notification bell so you'll be notified every single time a new video drops on this awesome YouTube channel. I'm Hutchinson Brown, Football Guys. I'm at HutchinsonB_FF on Twitter. Good luck in round 1 of the playoffs. See y'all next week.